Tesla vehicles will one day be self-driving. Now, tomorrow, those promises may finally be fulfilled when the company unveils its robotaxi at its We Robot event in Los Angeles. Fast Money friend Gene Munster joins us now on set. Gene is actually on the way to the robotaxi event, so you're passing through. Thanks for joining us, Gene. And you're fully expecting to get into a robotaxi and get driven around by no one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd put the odds at that at above 90% that we'll get a chance to do that. And it's going to be obviously in a contained environment. And so keep in mind, back in 2018 at their Autonomy Day, they took a Model 3 and put it on Highway 101 in San Francisco. And so the idea of them being able to move around and autonomously in a controlled environment is nothing new. I think what I'm focused in on is, what's the form factor like? Is this a two-person? Is it a four-person vehicle? And then the all-important question around timing of the vehicle, because for them to talk about something is very different than the substance of actually seeing these products in the market.
Because he's talked about it a lot. He's promised it a lot.
21 times, in fact.
21 times, and the average promise in terms of time frame is 2 years.
2 years
from that
right.
moment that he talked about.
From that moment, yep,
and that moment
correct.
still has not come.
That
and so tomorrow, do you think it's going to be 2 years again, which would be, that means nothing to me.
I think that he's going to say something that's a little bit longer than under 2 years. I think he'll say that by the end of 25, that they're going to be rolling out some of these robotaxis in some select cities. Now, that's an approach that Tesla historically hasn't taken. They've kind of had this idea of getting the cars in the market. But I think that they could take a similar approach to like Waymo. And also, I think another piece to the conversation around the timing. So again, late 2025, I think that they'll have some form of robotaxi service. Another aspect to this is I think they may actually talk about a couple other vehicles, a more affordable Tesla. And I'm an outlier on this next one, but I think a van, a passenger van for autonomy, 6-10 people kind of a vehicle.
So, Gene, first of all, it's great to have you in the house.
Fun to be here.
A long
Indeed.
time.
Yeah.
So what is the business model of the robotaxi? How much do you think it's worth? How's it going to work?
So if you think about the total profit of Tesla, I think that ultimately 20% of this could come from the ride-hailing network. There's a lot of factors that play into that. I think that's just in the U.S. if they can get around 50% share. So, of course, Uber dominates that today. But I think if you look at if they eventually have this as a service where they charge 20% less than a typical Uber ride because you get rid of the driver, and they take a 15% cut, I think it can add, it's basically pure margin. So I think that this can be a material lever is 20% addition. I don't think this is going to like triple Tesla's business, for example, but I think it's going to be a material piece to it.
Like, comment, and subscribe.